This podcast is for women who are already established, women who know they're capable, but can feel the gap between who they truly are and how they've been operating. This is a show about power, identity, and the exact shifts that elevate how you lead, decide, and sell without performing or chasing or molding. I'm Dr. Sonja Adzovic. This is I Have a Story for You. At the end of medical school, there are these exams that are called high pressure, high stakes exams. They're your licensing exams. They last up to 8 hours, and it is a very high pressure environment, and the stakes are very high. If you fail, that is kind of the end of your career as a doctor, right? You still have the title, but you're never going to go any farther. So the stakes are very high. The pressure is very, very high. And this is 8 hours where you are using your brain at 100%, which, having left medicine, I never again experienced. That level of having my brain functioning at 100% is insane. And usually there's a headache afterwards because your brain is just operating so much, you're burning so much glucose, you're not drinking enough water, you just have a massive headache afterwards. So I did my one of these exams, and afterwards I had been invited to do a camping trip. So usually after these kind of events, you need to do something to rest and recharge. And when I was invited on this camping trip, I thought, okay, I'm going to go. So I went on this camping trip, and I traveled many hours outside of the city, and I got there and there was a tent. They had arrived before me, and it was in this beautiful forest with these trees that are so high and they're hundreds of years old. And when you walk down this little pathway, there's this beautiful open lake, and you can go sailing on it, or you can rent like a boat and go canoeing, and there was a beach and you could barbecue. It was really, really cute. And the problem wasn't that the people I was in the tent with were snoring and I couldn't fall asleep, and so I slept in the car. It wasn't even that there were mosquitoes. The fact is, I hate camping. So why was I there? And so what we're talking about now is saying no. And it's easy to say no. If you've mastered the art of saying no, there are moments where it's just easy to say no. Do you want to work late for the 10th day in a row? No. Do you want to pay for this extra project? No. Do you want to cook dinner for 20 people after church on Sunday? No. Those are things that are really easy to say no to if you've mastered the art of saying no. Or do you want to RSVP to your mom's cousin's daughter who you were told you definitely met when you were both 4? No. Those are things that are really easy to say no to. They're important to say no to. They're a way of claiming your energy, setting those boundaries, keeping your peace. Those are all great, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a deeper level of no. One that's actually more important, one that actually has a greater effect on everything that you do. What about the questions, do you want to go camping this weekend? Do you want to go apple picking? Do you want to move to New York? Do you want to move to rural Ontario? Do you want to wear plaid? Do you want to wear heels? Do you want to go to that jazz bar? Or do you want to go to that pub? Do you want to go to that swanky hotel? Do you want to hang out at my place? Do you want to go to the farmer's market? Do you want to go to the theater? Usually, we say yes to a lot of these things without thinking about it. And you see, I found that these questions are a lot more important because they're harder than the obvious no's. Right? When somebody invites us, hey, do you want to go apple picking this weekend? Hey, do you want to go apple picking with me this weekend? You're thinking, hey, that sounds fun. Like, that'll be fun. Do you want to go camping this weekend? Us 6, we'll rent a boat, we'll go out onto the lake, it'll be fun. That sounds fun. Or, do you want to go watch the stand-up this weekend? Laugh a lot? That sounds fun. Do you want to live in rural Ontario? That sounds fun. It's cute and there's all little streets and there's a little cafe. You're a Gilmore Girls. That sounds fun. That was a great show. That was great, right? It sounds fun. But is it you? That's the more important question. And that's the question that it goes to, who am I? Does this align with me? Because if it doesn't align with you and you go there, it feels draining. It feels soul-sucking. You're trying to fake having fun, but you're not sure why you're not having fun when everybody else looks like they're having fun. You're wondering, is there something wrong with me? Maybe not. Maybe I should just force myself. Maybe I'm just not in a good mood. Maybe I don't like the food. Maybe I'm just like a downer. And it goes much more to then, is this going to be fun? Am I going to like this? Because when you go to these things that are not aligned with your identity, you are betraying a part of yourself and you are missing out on opportunities that are aligned with you. Instead of going on this camping trip, I could have done something else. And when we betray ourselves, this stays in our body. Our nervous system remembers that betrayal, remembers what that feels like. And that will, over time, it will add up and cause havoc in our body. Every time we say yes to something and put ourselves in situations that are not aligned with us, and then we have to live in those situations and have that awful feeling of, I don't really want to be here, but I'm not really sure why. That is a betrayal to our identity. That is a betrayal to ourselves. And our nervous system will remember that. That will have an effect on our body long term. And it signals to our body, I am not important enough to make the decision that is right for me. Over and over and over again. This translates into leadership roles. When you've repeatedly subconsciously told yourself, I am not important enough to make the right decision for myself, that comes off. That comes off in your magnetism, in the way that you show up. People can feel that. They don't know what they're feeling, but they can feel it. They feel this person does not value themselves enough to say no, even to just random things like that. And we can feel that self-assurance from people who are clear. So for ourselves, it's important to have a no list. It's easy to have a yes list, but it's more important to have a no list. No, I'm not available for flats. I don't like flats. I think heels are amazing. I love heels. No, I'm not available to go apple picking. No, I'm not available to go camping because I don't want to sleep on the ground. I like mattresses. I like showers. If I could go back to a camping trip, I would have done what is right for me now. For example, I would have gone to sauna, to spa, gotten a massage, found like a really amazing sort of French style cafe, gotten a cappuccino, gone for a long walk, either along like a lake or a river or, along a promenade or something, depending on where I was in the world. That's my ideal day. Oh, and like a library or a bookstore, a very spa day. That is what is right for me. And so for you, it might be the exact opposite. Maybe that sounds horrible and camping is your yes and this is your no. But it's important to define that and to be able to say the no to those things and then step into those opportunities that are the yeses for you. That creates that self-assurance. That creates that leadership within you. Yes, no. No, I'm not available to go apple picking. No, I'm not available for a farmer's market. No, I'm not available for plaid. No, I'm not, whatever it is. What's your no list? And it goes to details. My list went into insane details. Everything from color of my lipstick to the color of my nails to, the clothes that I wear, the places that I live, the people that I see, the types of people that I hang out with, all of those things need to be defined so you can honor your identity. Because every time you step into the situations that are those massive yeses for you, you do a service to yourself. You do a service to your future self. You show, hey, I am important enough to do the right thing for me. So when you show up to those leadership roles in the future, that self-assurance is so felt. That is a leader who is feminine, who is calm, has a calm nervous system. Come here, Sophie. You wanna come here? Come here, Sophie. This is Sophie lady. Good girl, Sophie. Good girl, Sophie. I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. Cutie pie. All right, here we go. That creates a self-assurance that is felt. That is the feminine way of doing things. That is the sovereign way of doing things, where no is a full sentence. On the next episode of I Have a Story for You, just think about how extraordinary that is. Now, how incredible would it be? How far is it possible to go by using these untapped skills? How far will you then go? You can push that boulder to the very top of the mountain. Easy. You can walk and push and shove that boulder all the way to the top of the mountain. Absolutely. We've seen it in every industry. We've seen women rise and do it this way. But also, why wouldn't you just ski up that mountain and push up that boulder? Why wouldn't you just embrace the feminine and use your skills, use your advantages to get to the top even faster, realize there's an even higher top and reach it faster than you ever could?